My family, I have got to share this thought with you while it is still fresh on my conscience. This video is going to be titled, The Internal External Perception Explained. The internal external perception explained. Internal external. Internal external. What's an example? An example of an internal external perception is this. History is internal. The present is external. History is on the inside of us, and our present is on the outside of us. What's an example of an internal external view? Empathy. What does the word empathy define as? The word empathy defines as the ability to understand feelings, internal, and or share feelings, external, with another. What is a feeling? A feeling is an experience, or a feeling is an emotion. An experience, or an emotion, or a triggered emotion, activated emotion. Because remember, each emotion has a title. Like anger, for example. Anger, yes, is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. However, it is one that can only be manipulated into existence and or brought about. It's not an emotion that is just naturally there. It has to be manifested in a way. Anger has to be manifested. In other words, anger doesn't exist unless someone wants it to. Long story short. Hatred doesn't exist unless someone wants it to. Long story short. Internal external viewpoint, or internal external perception. So, empathy, the ability to understand experiences. Internal. The ability to share experiences, external, you see. That's empathy. That's an example of an internal external perception for empathy. Internal external perception explained. What's another example of an internal external perception? As within, so throughout. What a person is, or a being or a thing is at its core, it will also be in its external. For example, if one is evil internally, one will be evil externally. If a thing is evil internally, a thing will be evil externally. Just like you are what you eat, yeah? If you are putting dead, negative energy into your solar plexus is internal of you, meaning your solar plexus is the makeup of the internal you. Therefore, if you are putting negative energy into those solar plexus, then a negative energy will manifest in your external. Negative energy and or negative character and behavior, you see. It all contributes, no matter what. It all contributes to it. Internal, external. What's another example? As within, so throughout. What a thing is on its internal, it will be on its external. The entrenchment. The entrenchment at its core is murderous intent. So its external actions will be murderous intent. When you can see things at their core, when you can see things or how the behavioral patterns or character patterns of things are at their core, meaning the energy that they will put off, you'll know how you'll see what their intent will be in the physical. You see, you'll see what their intent will be for you in the physical. You'll just see it. I want to drop these words off real quick. As I've been studying, once again, 4. But the 4th one I don't really talk about too much because it's the dead one. There are 4 styles of moral standards. 4 styles of moral standards. There is the artificial moral standards. Those belong to the devil, or those came from the devil. Those stem from the devil. Traditional moral standards. Those came from the first man. I meant to say that in my previous video as to how the first man is what gave woman their name. Traditional moral standards then, because the first man is the traditional us. That's the first we, meaning that's the original we. It's the traditional we. It's the difference between traditional and the other things I'm getting ready to say, though, for this example. So you have artificial moral standards, which came from the devil. Traditional moral standards, which came from the first man. Then you have natural moral standards, which came from the King of all kings. Natural moral standards, which came from the King of all kings. That's where those come from. And then in the final one, you have the dead moral standards, or just what's profoundly immoral and wicked, which is the same as the artificial ones. You see, I've tapped in to traditional moral standards, which is an external for me. Traditional moral standards are external for me, but natural moral standards are internal for me. You see, it's not complicated, it's simple, but it's a riveting, I want to say, what word can I use to label and describe depth? What's a synonym for the word depth? Depth, not deep, depth. D-E-P-T-H. A synonym for the word depth is what I'm looking for, is what I'm thinking about here. I don't have any registered, so I'm just going to move forward. So yeah, four moral standards, 4 moral standard principles, and or 4 moral standard dispositions. You have the artificial one, which came from the devil. You have the traditional one, which came from the first man, or the first sun soul, or the first human being to ever be on the planet. Then you have the natural moral standards, moral standard disposition, the natural moral standard disposition, which is what my ultimate kind of sort of messaging is here, is to get everyone to come to those. Get everyone to tap into the natural moral standards. Because when you tap into the natural moral standards, you'll even respect the traditional moral standards more. And you'll even apply the traditional moral standards more effectively. You will. I guarantee you will. Because you'll reject the artificial moral standards, all of them. And you'll reject the evil moral standards, all of them. Or the dead ones, the dead moral standards. The source is internal. The source is internal. But what will be considered an external word of source? Because in a sense, it's like opposite and polar. You follow me? Or it's like negative and positive. That's what it's like. Also, that's another way you can label and describe the internal external perception here that I'm speaking out. But yeah, 4. Moving forward, 4. The 4 moral standard dispositions. You have the artificial moral standard disposition, which came from the devil, or which comes from the devil. Then you have the traditional moral standard disposition, which comes from the first sun soul, or the first man, or Adam, or whichever story you know of that involves the very, very, very first person to ever be on this planet. Whatever that person said or told us, that's what you can consider traditional moral standards. So, in other words, the title we have for our women, to also conclude or to give more summary or connection to my previous video, the title we have for women is a traditional moral name. You follow what I'm saying? The title that we gave to our women is a traditional moral name. It's a traditional moral title. That's what it is. It's not an artificial moral title. It is artificial because it's man-made. At the end of the day, it's still man-made because a man made the name of woman. A man called woman, woman. You follow what I'm saying? So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's still artificial, technically, because it's man-made. But when you think about it from a spiritual standpoint, or a ancestral standpoint, or a human respectful standpoint, meaning you respect what a person did for all of us from the goodness of his heart or its heart. Traditional moral standard disposition. A traditional moral name, a morally traditional name, a traditionally moral name for our sisters is women. Women, traditional moral. But like I said in the previous video though, if you see them from a naturally moral standpoint, or if you see them from, if you view our women from a naturally moral standard disposition, naturally moral dispositional standing, you could label and describe them as the spiritual peace of man, spiritual peace of man, of a man or man, period. Spiritual peace of man. That's what women are. Spiritual pieces of man. That's what they are. Or soul pieces of us. Or just soul fragments alone. Or spiritual fragments. Or just spiritual shards. I pray that you get it by now. Love black women. Moving forward though. But history is internal. The present is external. What a person or thing is at its core, it will be in its external or in its actions. Character can be considered an internal perception. Behavior can be considered an external perception. They both stem from the internal, you see. The only thing that's external is our actions, but how you can view them through these concepts, or how you can recognize why certain actions are being played out. The internal, external perception will help you accomplish that desire. Why are these things happening to us? This view will help you see why. I didn't need for that to rhyme. I just wanted to say it. Natural moral standards, traditional moral standards, artificial moral standards, dead moral standards, or just evil, profoundly immoral. That's what the fourth one is. Just straight up evil, profoundly immoral. But it requires the artificial moral standard, internal, for you to have the evil moral standards, external, or just be profound. It's just straight up profoundly immoral. You follow what I'm saying? Because the artificial ones connect to the evil ones, just like the traditional ones connect to the natural ones, you see. The artificial ones is the internal for the external evil, just like the traditional ones is the external for the internal natural. You follow what I'm saying? Traditional is external. Natural is internal. Artificially, internal. External, evil. Straight up. Live by what's natural, right? Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, I know why it is, though. Because the oppressive body snatched away all of our abilities to do so properly. Our unity and our love is what will eradicate all of this. Or at least it'll just be a start, an internal start. Because the reality is, externally, in order for us to really be free, we're going to have to subjugate all evil, decolonize everything, break every generational curse, reconnect with every single melanated man, woman, and child on this planet. Yeah, I was going to say something funny. I was, but I ain't going to say it. Just 7 kids on a farm. I just think about that goal so much. 4 things, then 7 kids. My God, more normality, my wife and my farm. My God, more normality, my wife and my farm. And in that order. And then once we get to there, perfect peace. My wife and my farm will be my perfect peace. My wife and my farm will be my shalom. My wife and my farm will be my shalom. That's what I meant to say in my previous video as well. I'm just spitting dreams out here as well. Or spitting sequences of words out here, you know. Nobody talks about the stuff I like to talk about. Oh, here's what I got coming as well. Did you all know that there are 72,000 energy channels that connect us directly to the Most High of the universe? 72,000? They're called nadis. I'm getting ready to cover those. I'm just going to slap them on the internet and put them in y'all faces as information for you to think about something else other than hurting my family. You think about something else. Yeah. Over here, peace, love, unity, and advancement. Yeah. Hey, oppressive body, over here, peace, respect, balance, and progression. You know, that's what I would like. If something like that would work. You know what also like I got coming up? I got my eye body focus coming up. Eye body. What is an eye body? Well, all of this research I've been doing, I've found out that, hey, did you actually know that we have 112 chakras in the human body, right? 112 inside of us. And you know what they actually are? They're like little tiny little micro people inside of us, all throughout our body, that got our internals, that got our internal side lit up like a looking Christmas tree. You know, I didn't say that right, but I'm gonna try it again. Here, watch this. Our 112 chakras inside of us, because remember there are 2 outside for 114, right? There are 112 chakras directly inside of our bodies then, directly inside of our bodies. So internally, my family, we look like a dang on Christmas tree. Yeah. We look like a Christmas tree on the inside. We do. Lame joke, I know. Moving forward. But then, other than the 112 chakras directly inside of our bodies, we also have 72,000 nadis directly inside of our bodies. Channels that connect us directly to the Most High of the universe. Meaning 72,000 nadis within our body that all connect us to the soul star chakra. Or the one chakra that's outside of the human body. The one that's above the crown, which is the true Most High. And that their power feeds prana energies, or prana, through those channels into our bodies and or through the universe to give us all life and our abilities to function. We are a lot more powerful than we know, and now I know why the so-called colonizers hid all this information from us and why they are hiding it from us to this very moment. All these secret places that they don't want us to enter, the secret this and secret that. All it is to prevent us from knowing what we have that could help us live a good, normal, well life. That's all the oppressive body wants, is to stop us from living good. That's it. They don't want to stop us from doing anything else. They just don't want us to live well. They just don't want us to live well. They just don't want us to live well. That is all they want, is to stop us from living well, period. And how can you do that, since that's their core goal? By forcing us all to suffer to death. Then again, let me reverse that real quick. The internal desire, they internally desire us to suffer to death. So externally it plays out, we just really don't want you to live well. At all. Not even for a moment. We act like we do. But we're not going to let you. At all. So here's what I got against this oppressive body right now. Since this is all internal works. Against this oppressive body, I'm going to form something called the eye body that'll get into our minds and charge our eyes up to stop this oppressive body externally. Yeah. I'm going to work my magic, or work my word magic into this world somehow that'll put a core desire in us to stop things from oppressing our reality. Internal, external, right? Yeah. So I'm going to put this eye body inside of all of humanity's minds so that their internal cores would desire good versus hatred. Because right now, the devil plunged an artificial moral standard coding inside of your mind so that your externals will require evil instead of good. Eye body focus. Eye body. Yeah. For clarity though, the eye body is going to look like Michael B. Jordan. Dang it, not Michael B. Jordan. His character from the movie Black Panther. Shout out to the good brother Michael though. I know what you are in real life too. So, but I'm still just gonna sling this. I'm still just gonna swing this character around like a sword, bat out of hell or something like that, you know. But at any rate, I got this Eric B. Killmonger. No, let me not say that either. Got this character right that who's gonna make up the image of the eye body. Because remember, this is all non-physical. I'm just putting a certain image in y'all head through words, using words that'll put a certain desire into your hearts for your physical to require freedom, peace, love, unity, and advancement forever. Global child, may you mention soul liberation, tiger shot, right? But at any rate, so weird, I know. My eye body is going to have an appearance of Eric Killmonger. And his true form is going to be the literal sun in the sky. All non-physical, of course. So in other words, when this Eric Killmonger transforms into its final form, it will be like a non-physical sun disk in the back of your head, chasing the darkness out of thine heart space. Yeah, I am your king now, huh? But at any rate, this Eric Killmonger avatar, spiritual avatar eye body, is also gonna have lines that it'll come with naturally, that'll impregnate themselves into your spiritual realms. Lines like peace, love, unity, and advancement. 4. Global child menu mission. Soul liberation. Soul pride. My soul tribe is gonna take over your world. Boy, ha ha ha. Lines like that. What is my eye body, man? What are you trying to tell us, bro? What I am trying to tell you is a funny way, the best way I can, even with all of this, what I would give to get out of your stuff inside of my heart and mind space right now, simultaneously. You see. So, my eye body, I formed it like this. Your belief system pillars that I want to dismantle by any moral means necessary. That's how I formed it, right? There's a belief, the third belief system on the list, because there's 7 in total. There are 7 belief systems in total, then there's 2 outside that need to be, well, actually only one of them needs to be the most focused on, which is the 8th one, the home disposition. Because the 9th one is your pathetic ass government. Your government is pathetic. Seriously. Moving forward. So the first belief system is racism. That one needs to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. The second one is feminism. That one needs to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. The third one is the nerd geek culture. That one needs to be enhanced for its dissimulation. Because the nerd geek culture is my legs, or my feet and my legs. That's what I consider the nerd geek culture belief system pillar in my eye body infrastructure here. That makes sense to you. 4th one, the confused community. That one just straight up needs to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. Y'all need to be pissed off that they tricked you so hard to be what you are. You do. Anything at its core will be what it is on the external. The confused community, your LGBTQs. It took something evil at its core to convince you all to behave the way you do. Therefore, your character and behavior on the external, all evil. Homosexuality is evil. You should not have to trick someone to believe they are like a woman. Or instead of, you shouldn't have to, it's wrong to trick someone from believing, if I was to look at it from a natural moral standard, it's wrong to trick someone from believing that they are the entire soul-based home to just a small, minuscule, piece of themselves. What are you saying about women then? Nothing. Nothing wrong, at least. Nothing at all, even. I'm just saying, you are supposed to be what you are supposed to be by natural moral rights. You are only supposed to be what you were put here to be by the design of your natural moral rights. So anything that tries to trick you into behaving and or acting any different than the accordance of it will be considered evil. Because here's the reality. Why do you need to bother something like that? Just leave it alone. What's wrong with it? You don't have to touch it, do you? Why you gotta touch it? Homosexuality is evil, period. It needs to be ended. It needs to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. It's evil. Straight like that. Moving forward. Fifth belief system. The gangsters. In this belief system, it needs to be enhanced for its assimilation as well. I consider the fifth belief system as my hand and arm strength, a part of the eye body. It just so happens that I have 6 of them. Why am I saying these things? Because I am going to encourage you all to stop the evil from ruining my life. My life? You sound so narcissistic. Well, everybody's life is my life now. I steal all of humanity with this conviction if I had the power to. Meaning I would steal every single person on this planet and merge you with my core being. I'd do it. Everybody's well-being is my well-being now. That's just what it is. So, my eye body. I got 6 arms that are a part of it. And those 6 arms are going to shake up your foundation with all of its strength. What's the first one? The bloods. Every melanated blood on this planet make up the first arm. Doesn't matter if you're a melanated woman in the blood as a blood gang. Doesn't matter if you are a melanated man as a blood. Eventually, my conviction will sink into your minds, and it will cause you to fight and defend for your family, all of them. The second arm is the Crips. Every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet that is a part of a Crip gang. My conviction is going to sink into your minds eventually. Then the Crips and the Bloods will unite. Pyrus, all of you. You're going to unite. Protect your family, protect yourselves, protect your children, protect your home. Stop these demons from destroying us. That's what my conviction is going to do. It's just going to convince you to love yourself more and defend your home, protect this house. That's all it's going to do. The third hand and arm. The gangster disciples. Every melanated man, woman, and child on this planet that is a part of the gangster disciple clique, or the GDs, right? Now see this one, I'm gonna take it and flip it. And then I'm also gonna make the Bloods and the Crips a part of this gang as well. I'm gonna take that name and flip it. The GDs, you're gonna be called GDs, except it's gonna stand for Greatest Defenders. You know, all I have to do is say these words out loud, and it'll sink into the minds of a lot of people, and then it'll eventually spread through the spirit and manifest, meaning my eye body will just come to reality into your internal realms just by me speaking about it. And once it sinks in, it becomes a part of your traditional moral standards, because it's not a natural moral standard. It's not natural, because the natural moral standards are all King Yeshua, period. I'm not altering that at all. Especially now that I know what it is. I'm not even about to attempt to alter that. I don't need to. I just want to live by it now. But traditional moral standards, my eye body focus will help you tap into that. So the traditional moral standards can help you tap into King Yeshua, and then King Yeshua's natural moral standards will help you reject all evil, meaning help you put an end to the enemy. That's another reason why I'm saying these words out loud. So yeah, the GDs, I'm gonna take that name and reverse it and flip it to Greatest Defenders. So a gangster disciple will soon become Africa's Greatest Defenders. AGDs will become AGDs. Yeah. And then the Bloods and Crips are going to become part of the AGDs. Yeah. Moving forward. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Or your 4th, 5th, and 6th arms. Yeah. Every melanated man, woman, and child are part of a gang in Haiti. That's the fifth one there. Yeah. Yeah. Or fourth one. And then the fifth one. Every melanated man, woman, and child. No. Messed up. Actually, I didn't. Because Haiti is the fifth one. The fourth one is Jamaica. I'm going to zip these words into the minds of the Jamaican melanated gangs, too. All the melanated gangs in Jamaica, all these words going to sink into y'all minds. Y'all going to help form this I-body and protect our people. That's what's going to happen. Because I'm not going to shut up until you do it. Why? Because once all these words get out and sink into your minds, all of this great protection and peace, love, unity, and advancement is going to cycle right back to me. I don't care how much of my words you steal, because here's the thing. Not only is you stealing my concepts a part of the plan, I need you to do it. Yeah, I'm flipping everything the enemy meant for evil to good. I think I've accepted a reality that I don't think I will ever get any portion of a reward for this. Everything's just going to get stolen. Every time I say anything, it's just going to get stolen. But you know what? It's going to all return to me. I need to hurry up in this video. Fourth, every melanated man, woman, and child are part of a gang in Jamaica. Fifth, every melanated man, woman, and child are part of a gang in Haiti. And sixth, every melanated man, woman, and child are part of a gang in Mexico. Meaning all the North American melanated gangs will be united as one. Every melanated gang within the North American continent. Whoever is a part of a gang within the North American continent as a melanated man, woman, and child, you will unite soon when these words sink into your mind, and you will protect your home and your family forever. Sixth belief system. The tribes, all 5,000 of them on the planet, or at least the melanated man, women, and children that participate within all the tribes on the planet. You will become one soul tribe. You are the torso of my eye body, and then my head and neck. Belief system 7, the religions. You are what I need to fix the most, because you believe the craziest things. And once we get our head straight, the rest of the body will follow. Would you agree? That's why dismantling the religious beliefs are the most important for me, personally. This is why I target them so much with this super Jesus talk, or super Yeshua talk, or super Yahusha talk, or super Yahweh Shai. Shalom, shalom, and shalom.